The main event of day one, the Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Great match. I'm glad they put it on last. The Usos came first. Didn't the Usos come first or no?
I can't even remember. It was 2 days ago. What? Who had the entrance first?
Yeah, who had the entrance
Yeah,
first?
the Usos came out first because they were the. I remember thinking because they were the champions, but they
Yeah,
came out first. Yeah.
And then when Sami and Kevin hit, the place went nuts. I think they played Kevin first, and then Sami came last. So what's that tell you? Because Sami was the key to the story.
Mm-hmm.
It all revolved around Sami. Now, to think where he came from getting beat on SmackDown every week to all of a sudden headlining WrestleMania, and you tell me that the formula doesn't work. I mean, you're not telling me. But they told this story, and they told it in such a way with patience. And the people, they love Sami because he is the ultimate underdog. Literally, remember that you told me a while ago about. No, he's the ultimate babyface, and he doesn't have a big body. He doesn't have big, massive arms or chest or legs. He looks like the guy who works down at the convenience store, really. Got the beard and the hair, but the people love him. And when he gets in the ring, he is talented, and they wanted him to win because everybody knows somebody like Sami Zayn because he's funny and he has feelings. And I've told people, when you get them in the heart, you got them. After that match, they showed the crowd. Some people in the crowd were crying. I mean, that's not tears of anguish. It's tears of joy. Because all of a sudden, you've hit that heart. And when was the last time that happened in WWE?
Do you know when I think it was? Is when Daniel Bryan retired.
Probably. Because they wanted him to win so bad or to do well. But the thing with Daniel Bryan is it was a shoot. They didn't think he was big enough to do it.
But I mean, so was this. So was the Sami Zayn thing to a point.
Yeah, but see, now you have a different creative. Before it was Vince, and Vince was not assured that Daniel Bryan is the guy he wanted representing the company. But here, I don't think it matters that much because they have Roman or Cody, if Cody had won, representing the company. And I think that's very good representatives, either one of them. And Sami he got in there because the people got their wish. They supported him so much. And see, in WWE, they listen to more than just the crowd. You know what they listen to? I'll show you. Wait a minute. They listen to this. Merchandise reports. And that merchandise report tells them everything they need to know. Because that merchandise for Sami Zayn was flying off the shelves. They'd reorder and reorder and reorder, and it would still sell. So they look at that and they went, my God, this is the Undertaker pace. This is Rock pace. This is Triple H pace. And, if somebody buys the merchandise, and I don't know what they're paying Sami Zayn, but for this WrestleMania appearance, if the house was $10 million, I don't know what he should have gotten. But somebody made some big-ass paydays out of that. But what figures into that payoff is how much money they made off his merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
WWE talent doesn't get as much off merchandise as you think they should.
Something like
And I think
50 cents per T-shirt, maybe.
it's embarrassing. They told me what they get, not that much, because I think William Regal told me one time he wrote a book, and it sold fairly well. And I said, "What were your royalties on that?" He said, "Mate, not nowhere where I thought it would be or where you think it would be." They take about 90% of the royalties, or more, or not more, but 85 to 90% they take. Now, of course, they do a deal where they print the book, and they do this and they do that, but still, it ought to be more than a dollar a book, I would think, because especially with the ways they have book publishing now. I put out 2 books. I published them myself, not myself, but what they call self-publishing. And say out of a $20 book, I would get like, I'll say a $25 book, I'd get like $12. But they would print it and ship it, and then I still get about $11 or $12. And that's not bad. I mean, but I think still they look at those merchandise numbers and see what they are, and then they know exactly what they need to know. If the people are going to buy merchandise, they're going to buy tickets. And it's not a bad theory.
No. You're obviously very closely associated with Memphis, and Memphis was very big on tag team wrestling. Quite a few territories were, like Mid-Atlantic and stuff. But yep. Did you ever think you'd see in the day WWE putting on in a main event, once again, a tag team match and giving it time and it being a slow burner with lots of selling and lots of drama? It seems so on WWE, but in a good way.
Well, yeah, but it shows you the change in creative. WWE put that match in the ring and they said, guys, and I asked the other guy this morning, I was talking to him, how long do you think they've been working on this match?
Those, I mean, I don't know, a few weeks maybe?
I'd say about 4 months. And they got it down to a science. And they got it down to a science is because they understand the crowds. They understand their fans. They have read, and I keep saying this, the temperature of the room, what the fans like, what they don't, what they're popped to, what they want. And they have talked about this amongst themselves for months. And now, especially when they get to WrestleMania, they just go up to themselves. And they'll have a place where the guys, the talent, can get into a ring and walk through it. But see, they have walked through this so much, they know it by heart. I bet you 20 years from now, they'll probably be able to remember exactly what they did. They won't be able to do it, but they can remember what they did. And for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens to main event one night at WrestleMania, they'll never top that. They'll never top it. So and I've said this before, Sami Zayn, he probably can't describe the thrill or the chills in his body when he walked out there on that ramp and those people all stood up for him. 80,000 people standing up for you. And he'll never forget that. Mm-hmm. And I've said if they can take that, say Pfizer, a pharmaceutical company, if they could manufacture that feeling, I mean, they could cure cancer tomorrow. Mm-hmm. If they could, and that'd be the hottest selling drug they would have. If you could just manufacture that feeling for 10 minutes. And it's a great feeling to have. And they did a great job at it. Because when the time come to perform, they were there. They were ready.